All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Stock Talk with Nico Kritikos. Today, we're going to be going over Starbucks stock. The stock fell, I believe, about 16% today, and I had a pretty significant position in this stock now for several months. I started buying at about $95 a share, and so with the stock falling as much as it did, I decided to buy a couple more shares. I believe I bought about 7 shares or so to try to lower my cost basis because, as you're going to see here, I was down about 20% this morning. So now I'm down what? Now I'm down 17.5%. I think that this is pretty much easy money at $75. I mean, if we look at the last 5 years, it's come down to the $75 range in the summer of 2020 and in the summer of 2022. And then we haven't seen it get to that price since then for what, for almost 2 years now. So I think this is really easy money. The only thing I don't like about this company that I was not thinking about when I first bought it is the balance sheet. Because if we go to the balance sheet, they have a really bad negative equity problem of negative $8.4 billion on their balance sheet. That's the thing I really don't like. And with that being said, I still am bullish, I would say, on Starbucks just because of the the customer loyalty they have, the brand recognition they have, and the products they sell and the prices that they can charge for those products, as well as I was really surprised to see how many stores this company actually has because they're still opening new stores every quarter. This last quarter, they opened 364 new stores. They now have over 38,000 stores. So that's just crazy because I see different Starbucks locations all the time. Even in the last 6 months or so, I've done a lot of traveling, and any state you're in, most of the time Starbucks lines are wrapped around the building. There's always a bunch of cars in the drive-through. There's always a bunch of people waiting inside, and a lot of them are paying $6 for a drink. So just with those things being said, that's why I would be bullish on Starbucks. However, I can also see where it's challenging for them to grow. And as we've seen in this latest quarter, their net revenue was down 2% to 8.6 billion. And they're saying it's driven by a complex operating environment. We know that inflation is still being pretty sticky so far this year. Really, I wouldn't think that would have a huge effect. I feel like people are still going to go buy their coffee. But who knows? Maybe there's other things that I'm not taking into consideration. With that being said, so the stock is down, what, 15 and a half, almost 16% today, with the main reason being, according to Qualtrim, weaker than expected Q2 earnings, but also probably guidance. Also, probably investors are a little bit worried about what this year is going to look like. On Starbucks website, they are giving full year guidance for this year of about, I believe it's like low single digit growth, anywhere from low single digit growth to being flat year over year. So no one is really expecting them to have a lot of growth this year. And that's okay. I'm not expecting Starbucks to be a big growth company either. I just think they have a really good customer base, and they have a lot of products that people are addicted to and are willing to pay, $4, $6, $8 for. So with that being said, let's dive a little bit deeper into some of these numbers. Okay. So we already talked about the stores. Comparable store sales declined 4%, driven by a 6% decline in comparable transactions, partially offset by a 2% increase in average ticket. Okay. Then we'll go to the PE ratio. Now, this is not completely, this is of April 30th. This is of yesterday. Today's May 1st. So the PE ratio is probably a lot cheaper. Actually, I think I ran the numbers this morning. I believe it was trading at 20 times earnings. I want to say it was 20 times earnings, which is the cheapest. So this is another reason why I'm bullish, right? Here's the history of the PE ratio for this company. So in 2018, it was a 16. It's traded a lot at the 25 to 30 range. And then if we zoom up closer to the last couple of years, we can see that it's gone from a 43, 30, 23, 20, 28. It spends a lot of time between 20 and 30, right? Well, 20 is the lowest it's been in the last 3 years. Okay. So I think we're at a 20 right now. I'm pretty sure we're trading at 20 times. Not only that, but their EPS is expected to go up. Okay. If we see what they're going to do for this year's expected to be $3.74. The next year is $4.34. So there is a little bit of growth there. Revenue is expected to be pretty much flat this year and then about 9% next year. So with that being said, I think Starbucks deserves to be a $100 stock or maybe a $120 stock if everything is going well. Other than that, this is really just, if you have not made a position in this, I think this is a good chance to get in. Or if you're somebody like me who is down 15, 20, 25%, then this is a good chance to lower your cost basis. And let's hope within the next couple months, we see this stock recover. Again, looking at this 5-year chart with this price all the way down here now, it almost looks silly. I really believe this stock should have no problem getting back up to $90 plus. $90 should be easy. $90 should be pretty easy. I'm looking more for like $100 plus. But I kind of learned my lesson with this stock a little bit because I waited. I've owned this now for several months, and I kind of was expecting a quicker jump, I guess you could say. But after I saw the equity problem they had, that really kind of was a disappointment. And so but not only that, also the fact that this isn't really a big growth company, so you shouldn't expect too much growth. I mean, they have almost 40,000 locations now. So with that being said, I'm just gonna have to wait till we get closer to about $100 a share. Once we get to like 95 or so, I'll probably start selling off some shares, making my position a little bit smaller, and then that'll be that. So thank you for watching. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below, and I will see you in the next video.